Welcome guys to the Tier 2 race of Osrl. I'm joined by Suma today in my commentary box.
Hello, hello.
And yeah, we're back with another Tier 2 race. We will have the American Grand Prix today, home Grand Prix for Haas, and of course a great venue for all the drivers. Last week out we saw definitely an interesting race with all the drivers crashing out and with Wout coming up on top in the Renault and potentially coming back into the championship fight with the championship leader Sandro in the McLaren only scoring 1 point in Baku. What do you think about the season so far, Suma?
Oh, I think it's fair to say it's been very interesting. Lots of positions changing, and I think you've got quite a few drivers in here that are still fighting for the positions, fighting for the lead of the championship.
Yeah, exactly. It's really close in the championship, so it's definitely going to be interesting the last couple of races. So we've got 5 people watching right now. Cheers everyone for tuning in. Good luck commentating. Cheers Brain for the good luck message. So now I have the drivers coming out with the racing point of Leon coming out first.
And all of them going out on soft so far, no one going for the mediums.
Yeah, so yeah, indeed, everyone's gonna be on the qualifying on the soft tires.
Oh, we've got one out on the mediums so far, Kazel 9992. But everyone else.
Freak is going slowly in the in the Toro Rosso. It's called still. For next year, of course, will be called Alpha Tauri with a brand new livery. Told you all, Sandro next year in Tier 1. Well, don't celebrate too early yet because the championship is definitely close. Turn your map and tires. You saw nothing. Everything turned on. We're good. We are good. Maps on. What do you mean close? He trash. Who's commentating? It's Suma next to me. If Sandro wins this and it's over. Well, don't celebrate too early there, lads. So, as we're now talking about the championship here, we'll get the standings up right now for Tier 2. If I can find it. Osrl Tier 2 standings. No, I can't find it. I will get it up. Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, it's really close at the top of the championship. Sumo commentates. Yep. Hi, future teammates.
Hi, Shadow.
For sector 3, we've got yellow flags. Probably for drivers going slowly here. Yeah, the yellow flags are away. As drivers now preparing their flying laps here. So you watch Masi now getting second in Baku. What can he do this week in America after a good performance in Baku, where how he didn't win is definitely a surprise because he was really fast, but Wout defending very well. So if he can show that pace again here around America, we'll definitely be winning the Grand Prix probably. Well, Sandro as well is very close. For him being a championship leader, is very consistent. Just got very unlucky last week in Baku. So as we're watching Wesley now, will they crash with King of Coke, of course, last week. Hopefully he can keep it clean this week. Coming through the final sector now.
And we've got our first lap on the board from Alex with a 1:33.1.
Pretty decent lap there for, of course, Alex, who's a very good qualifier, I must add. As Liam got second faster with a 36 flat, beating by Kyle with a 36 or 33.6, and now Wesley goes fastest with the exact same time here.
Exact same time.
And now Wout goes fastest with a 32.8. So
Renault, then the two Alphas.
You're sharing the exact same time. I don't know how Wesley beat him. Must be like thousandth of a second here, or not even
Yeah.
that.
Coco 5th. Canessa
Coco
goes
in 5th
7th.
place, Rizbang in 6th place, Ivor in 4th right now with a 33.5. So drivers are pretty close to each other. So that's
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 drivers there cancelled their laps and came into the pits. I don't know whether they cut the
Leon
limits
now
or...
takes a Mondong line here in America. Just cutting the grass here, something F1 cars are not used to do. Apart from your called Pastor Maldonado, who loves cutting grass. A lawnmower, definitely. So now getting some drives in. Sandro and Talkokwi and Gringo still haven't posted a lap here, so they might have just backed out here. Maybe getting invalidated here. Because the track limits are very difficult around this track. Since you can cut it so easily.
Tall Cogwheel didn't actually go out when everyone else did. He stayed in the pits, and now he's just gone out on his outlap for his first lap.
Good shout there from my co-commentator there. As Wout now stops on track here.
Oh.
He stops on track. Of course, he's right now in pole position with his teammate Wesley 3 tenths behind in second.
Just
Number
letting people
69
by.
on pole position. You love to see it. Sector 2 are getting yellow flags, probably for driving slowing down. So we got both Alphas now bunching up on each other in the pits. So definitely losing time there. Sector 3 yellow flags, of course, for Wout going slowly to let drivers go through and stuff and going into the pits. Of course, if you haven't checked out the Tier 1 race in Abu Dhabi, make sure to do. It's of course on the Osrl channel. Make sure to do, because it was a pretty decent race. For the start was pretty interesting, and then yeah, all the drivers just got yeah, it was a pretty interesting race. How did your race go, Suma?
Yeah, it was an okay race. I mean, I got a few points back on you, but not enough to close the gap.
Yeah, I think you need to get like 4th at least in Brazil to beat
Yeah,
me.
and that's if you DNF.
That's not
or come
yeah,
11th.
Exactly, and I'm pretty decent on Brazil. It's one of my favorite tracks. So
Here, we've got now OG Gringo and Sandro just going on to their first laps now.
coming out of the pits, and many drivers coming out of the pit, so they have to be careful of
Yeah,
yeah,
they'll have to make their way.
getting well out of the way here. Of course, force Gringo to post his lap. Can he get a clean lap in? Of course, the invalidations around here are really difficult. Alex under Apex here, really holding him up. I think
Yeah,
Gringo
that's
definitely
not-
lost like 3 tenths here.
Not what the Red Bull driver wants there. And Sandro behind him is having a much nicer run through the first sector. Absolutely no one in his way.
Perfect there. So a complete difference there for Sandro and Gringo, who definitely got held up there by Alex. So their stewards, they'll definitely look into it.
But Andrew gets out of the way of Sandro there. And so does the Racing Point. So this could be a good lap for Sandro here. No problems for him yet.
Gringo's pretty much understeering everywhere here, so don't know where he will end up here. If you get say 34, he will be around P8, P9 here. Around the
and
Toros.
Sandro's abandoned his lap.
So reckon
don't
he
know whether-
invalidated. Yes, he invalidated
I think
here.
so.
Yeah, he is invalidated. As you can see on the track map, his entire track is red, so that means he's got an invalidation on his lap. So must have cut the corner too much here. On turn 9 that is, so after the long straight must have cut it too much. So now Gringo goes up across the line here with a 34.9. So
and
he is
Sandro
near
hasn't-
severe here, so
Yeah, it was a decent lap for him considering he had
he
some
got
problem
held
with
up,
the
yeah,
traffic.
exactly.
But interestingly, Sandro hasn't come into the pits for a new fresh set of tyres. He's continuing on and trying to do another lap again.
I think
Which-
Sandro 1, Maché 2, Leon 3. Yeah, guys, keep posting your predictions in the chat right now. Who's going to get the podium places here? And yeah, keep your predictions coming in, guys. Like Shadow just did. Yes, Sandro having really difficulties here with track limits. Luis, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Welcome to this tier 2 race for Osrl. We're now in qualifying still, so we've got Jonathan predicting Leon to win the race.
Yeah, that could happen.
Back Leon,
You
who's
never
right now
know.
in 12th place in the racing point, of course, coming to sector 1. Hasn't invalidated yet, so hopefully he can get higher up in the field. Podium Sandro, and Sandro. You love to see it. Sandro, trio podium. So you must be a Sandro fan here. AP watching right now, make sure to like the stream so it gets recommended more to everyone.
Oh, Sandro goes fastest.
Sandro going faster with a 32.7 here, a 10th ahead of Wout. Who's
And
on
that
his
was
outlap
on-
right now?
That was on lap, I think 2 laps he did on those tyres. So they'll
Very
probably
good lap
have
there.
a bit more wear when he starts the race, unless... Oh, and Leon spins. Leon spins on his lap. In the grass. And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
abandoned that lap. And
Abandoning
he...
half
he
spin
lets-
again.
Yeah, I think he just slowed down a bit there to let the Toro Rosso through, which is very good of him. And now he's going back up to racing speed, but he'll have absolutely ruined
Guys,
those
sorry for
tyres.
getting... That's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The problem for Sandro is he's got 2 laps all the tires here, and the softs do go off quite quickly around this track, so
Yeah,
it's a risk
he
he's taking here, but he's on pole position right now, so can't complain at the moment.
Yeah, might force him into a 2-stop strategy here, unless, you never know, he could have some more in his locker. He could go and beat that lap now on his last run.
So sector 2, yellow flags, so probably for drive slowed down again. It's Wispan going wide here, causing the yellow flags. So Wout still on his lap here. Can he get a 10th extra here to get pole position here instead of Sandro? Philippe, welcome in the stream. As Wout goes a little bit wide here. Not a great exit there for the Renault driver. Wesley also behind him on a lap with a 33.1. Yeah, he invalidated, so he of course can't post a lap anymore.
Aveo jumps up to P3.
As Wout running
And
a
now,
bit
and
wide here.
Frequist.
Coming to the final sector now. Runs a bit wide again. It's not a great lap here for Wout. And yeah, he does improve by a little bit, but just too short here. He made some mistakes on that lap. Running wide in the last corner definitely didn't help here, and definitely cost him pole position here.
Yes, and while he was finishing that lap, we also had Frequist and Aveo, who both jumped up. They're both within 2/10 of pole now, so it could be really interesting with all these guys about to go on their last runs to see who gets pole here.
Yeah, definitely.
But we still don't know what more Sandro can do here.
I think both drivers can definitely pull out more at the back here.
Yeah.
So have to be careful here. Ivor's also on a lap now. He's up to 4th place here. Wesley having bumped down by 3 positions here. So drivers have to be careful here. Wesley now down to 7th place as King Dommy beats him to 6th place here. Yes, only a 10th between 3 drivers here, or 2 tenths between 3rd or 4th to 7th. So it's definitely close here. Wout is coming into the pits right now. Yeah, or is he on another lap? No, he's going into the pits now. Going for his final run of this qualifying session.
And Clinical Coco has just cut through one of the corners in Sector 1, and he's
Yes.
had his lap invalidated now.
Yep, exactly. Unfortunately, there for the Ferrari driver, who's now in 10th place with 3 minutes to go. So can he? It will be difficult for him to post another lap here.
Yeah, I think he might have to try and do just another lap because he's still only just coming up to sector 3 now. So I don't think he can pit and get out in time.
Yeah, definitely. Sandro's now going out of the pits to start off, of course, warm up his tires and go for another run here.
Yep, and he's followed by Mac and Tal Cogwheel and Kyle. They're all going out on their out laps now.
Castell's also on his lap here in 8th place in the Haas.
Oh, and Clinical Coco actually is coming into the pits. He's going to try and change his tyres and get out, but
it's very unlikely
his teammate's already in the pits. He's having to double stack.
He will make it now, I think.
It's
Definitely interesting
very
tactics
close.
here.
Yeah. He's got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to get to that start-finish line to start his lap. And he's only just going into the pits now.
Yeah, he will make it now. Since it costs like 20 seconds to go out of the pits here. Yeah, and Klinker won't make it. No, never in hell he's gonna make it.
Unless he really cuts some corners.
Yeah. We will be watching Klinker Koki as he of course tries to get another lap in, but I don't think he will make it because of course you can't cut that much apart from like sector 1. And yeah, you have to start.
It's too late for him.
It's too late for him. Castell hasn't improved his time here. And King Domi also still in the pits, and he's only just come out here of the pits, so...
Right, the first few guys... Actually, is that... Yeah, it is King Domi. And the first few guys are starting their last runs now. We've seen Sandro and one of the Racing Points just go through turn 1. Oh, and Sandro's up on his lap. He's gained more than a tenth through the first sector.
Maasing now goes faster by 32.4 here. In the Racing
good
Point.
Lap, that.
Great lap there. Maasing still trying to get the first place.
And Sandro is 4/10 up through that middle sector.
Ooh, interestingly.
So it's going to be close
now.
Here.
We're going to watch Sandro here, coming to the final sector here. Coming to the quick right-hander.
And he does it, he takes pole.
He takes pole position with a 32-1 here. Great lap there from the McLaren driver. What can Wout do? I don't think Wout's gonna react here. He's going slowly down the straight. Wout won't react since he's got an invalidation on his lap. Freakish has the same here. He's definitely not going the speed, of course, in qualifying here. So I think qualifying is done here. Of Evier still on a lap here. As Alex now disqualified.
Yeah. Evier has gained almost half a second. So he could jump up potentially to third or maybe second here.
King Domi, as Alex is disqualified from this qualification, so this promotes everyone.
Well, that's not good for him.
So everyone gets promoted by one spot here. Oh, Evier has invalidated his lap.
Oh, he was on a really good lap there.
On a great lap here, but has got an invalidation on his lap.
He did a 31.9. That would have put him on pole.
And what a shame for the other McLaren driver. That would have been a McLaren 1-2. Wesley now hit the wall here. And really burning up his tires. So not small there for Wesley. Yeah, I think that's qualifying done.
Last person out on a lap is, yeah, Tal Cogwheel. He did a decent first sector. I think he improved slightly on his last lap.
Tal Cookville, oh, making a little bit of mistake here in a Mercedes. Coming to
the
the
back
quick
end just
right-hander
stepped out in
here.
there.
Great sector here, or great corner here in America. Ooh,
Where can this lap put him?
his car looks everywhere on the track right now. Coming to the final corner, where will Tal Cookville end up? In 6th place here, so moving up 5 positions here. So great lap there by the Mercedes driver. So I think that's running out the grid right now, yeah, since King Domi has retired. So it will be it will be Sandro on pole ahead of Massier, Wout, Freekis, Eviol, Tal Cookville, King Domi, Wesley, Gazelle and Kyle rounding out the top 10. In 11th we've got Klinko Coco, Severe, Leon, Wisbang in 14th, Gringo in 15th, Koneser in 16th, and the disqualification of Alex in 17th. 134.2 without traction control, so that's a very decent lap there. But Alex has got it all to do. He was in 6th place, but since having been disqualified, he has to start from the back. So not ideal there.
But I don't think that'll be the end of his race. He could make some positions up if there's some safety cars or some accidents in the first few laps.
Yeah, for sure. He can select a compound he wants to start on. So
that's true.
Definitely not race over yet. He has to keep going there.
But a very strong qualifying there from the both McLaren drivers and.
So now waiting. It looks to be a dry race here. A little bit of cloud there. It's definitely not as sunny as in qualifying, but still looks fine here for the race. Now waiting for the start of the Grand Prix. Formation lap is turned on. Last week I forgot to turn it on, so sorry about that. But the drivers will now go on a formation lap here, with Sandro leading the pack. Of course, having not the issue of having just one lap set of tires, so instead of 2 makes a massive difference. It's definitely going to be an interesting Grand Prix still, since the drivers are pretty competitive and a lot of accidents seem to happen in these races. So the drivers just have to keep going here.
Yeah, an interesting one to watch could be Clinical Coco in 11th. The highest person starting on the mediums, looking to go longer than everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. So one to watch out for is everyone starting on a different compound here. We have some drivers having been disqualified from the formation lap, which are Tal Cookville and Wesley, it seems. Yeah, just done too.
Very cold.
So they are very cold tires indeed.
Not what they want at all.
So it's of course been 26 years ago since the accident and the fatality of Ayrton Senna. So we would like to, all of us around for Osrl would like to commendate to his death here, and all the drivers will probably or hopefully put in a great show, and he will be proud of this performance probably. Or yeah, so Senna sempre F1 in chat. As the driver's now getting towards the line or getting close to the last corners now, as Sandro is of course leading the pack. I'm big up to all the drivers here about really are really dropping off here. So it's a really big gap between all the drivers here. So Wout doing an interesting strategy here.
Yeah, I think Sandro, his tyres will be quite cold by the time those last few guys get to the
Yeah, exactly.
the track. So
Good strategy here by Wout, who's waiting for all the drivers to come to the grid. Just everyone's now lined up to the grid. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Oh no, we're waiting for. Oh, there was the screen loading in. Sorry, my bad. We can't actually see the lights, and it's a lights out, and away we go. Good start there from, it seems, Sandro here. No, it's Masi going alongside here. Masi gonna take the lead here. No, it's still Sandro in the lead.
Sandro covers it up.
A really bad starter from Wout. Oh, a spinner.
Oh, we've got Ferrari spinning.
King Domi has spin. He's lacking quite a bit. Both Ferraris having accidents here. Yeah, it's King Domi being in last place, having quite a bit of lag there as well. Oh, so you got spinner. The Haas of Gazelle has gone off. Home Grand Prix for Haas, of course, and their driver has spun off into the barrier here. And he's got some front wing damage. Sector 2, Austria flagged. Of course, it's the opening lap with Sandro still in the lead. Ahead of Maciej, Freakis, Wout, Ivor, Wesley, Sevilla, Leon, and Tal Cockwheel. And then Cal running out top 10. Good start there from Alex. Yeah, from last place up to 11th.
On the mediums as well.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
The field are very close to each other. Oh, Freakis looking for a little move there for around Maciej here, but didn't work out. It's of course still Sandro in the lead, the championship leader here in the McLaren, but he's closely being followed by Maciej, who's looking for opportunity to get past maybe. As Wout did not have a good start here, but is still in 4th place, so definitely can still chase the top 3 pack here.
Yeah, the first 5 pretty much exactly as they were at the start.
As Leon runs wide, allows Tal Cockwheel up to 8th place. As we're now gonna look at the positions everyone has gained. Yeah, so Alex gained 6 positions, and we've got King Domi losing 9, Gazelle losing 8. We've got King Coke come into the pits. He had that set of medium tires on, so definitely not ideal here. Gotta make a front wing change and going on a set of soft tires now, so his race has totally been changed around here.
Definitely not.
As King
Sorry,
Domi,
continue.
Yeah, King Domi continues on the soft tires here. Gazelle coming in as well.
Yeah, at the front it's still very close between the first 2, but Freakwis has dropped off slightly from the back, and he'll slowly be losing slipstream as this lap goes on.
He did gain 5 positions from the start though, gaining
very
starting from 12th place, so well done to him. Of course, everyone haven't made a pistol bit apart from Klinko Coco and Gazelle, who had front wing damage at the start of the race here. Gunther won't be amused of that start, definitely, for sure. They're gonna look like a bunch of wankers after this race. As Maciej is still looking around Sandro here, so it looks like Maciej has got a stronger race pace here compared to Sandro here, but it's still Sandro in the lead. Freak is following, running very wide and getting a 3-second penalty here after 2 laps. So Maciej running a bit wide there as well. Wout really close to Freakis here, touching him actually. And we've got Tal Cockwheel and Severe going side by side. Severe looks to be struggling here, and Tal Cockwheel looking for a way past. As we got Wout now up to 3rd place here. Both drivers going side by side here. And it's Wout getting 3rd place here, squeezing Freakis bit off track here, but Wout was a little bit ahead though. So the Renault up to 3rd place. Can he gain after Maciej here? And Sandro, interestingly.
And importantly here, Sandro has gained some time here, and he's now outside of the DRS window.
Yeah, very important here, since of course the DRS and the slipstream is very OP in this game. So well done to Sandro for breaking the DRS window here from Maciej. As Evio is now close up to Freakis, so both the Rossos actually struggling quite a lot, and Renault's really moving up here. As got Wesley being very close to Evio here. Evio goes defensive because Alex has
He's
spun
going
here.
for the move.
Yeah, Alex has spun before the straight here, and he's got some front wing
and the
damage.
Renault tries to dive bomb. Oh, they touch. Frequis and Wesley touch.
This promotes
and Evio
Evio
gets them both.
Exactly, Evio up to 4th place here. Out of Wesley here, but
we'll have to see
Wesley,
if Frequis has...
breaking very late here. Freakis, does he have front wing damage maybe? Yeah, he does. No, he doesn't. He's got his front wing is fine. Was Wesley looking for a way past Evio here? Wesley, of course, a bit of a dangerous driver here. He's very close to him, but thinks better of it now.
But he will have DRS going up this hill now.
Will he follow his teammate to the lead here? As Masi is now winning the DRS window again of Sandro. Evio going defensive here. Will the Renault go down the inside sector 3? We've got yellow flags. It's Leon coming into the pits, promoting Kunisser up to the points, and Wesley has gone past.
No,
he hasn't.
The McLaren gets the cutback and keeps his position.
Great switch back there from Evio. And we saw Klinko getting a penalty, and Evio getting a penalty now as well. So drivers definitely struggling with track limits here. Ascau gets also a penalty. Kunisser getting a penalty. So drivers are definitely struggling with track limits here.
Now we're about to see DRS on the back straight for
Freak has moved down. Freak has spun, I think. Yeah, Freak has made a mistake. Freak has spun and down to 11th place here. And he was, of course, down or up in 5th place here. So, very unlucky there. So, his tires must have overheated a bit. As Leon gets a penalty. A tall cogwheel now up to 6th place here. In a Mercedes. Back where he started.
Good start for him, yeah.
And now Wesley is behind Evio still. And Masi is still really putting the pressure on Sandro here.
Yeah, and he lost a bit of time,
but following or losing a bit of time there, as Kunisser gets another penalty for corner cutting, so he's one to look out for, or he needs to be careful for track limits here, otherwise he will get disqualified. So, Freakis gets also a penalty now in 11th, so horrible lap 4 there for the Toro Rosso driver, trying to catch up to the Red Bull and the Williams. Masi being very, very close now. Where can he overtake? Will he try the undercut maybe? Leon into the points, yeah.
He will have
Leon
the
was
DRS
in the points. Alex coming into the pits here. He of course had front wing damage, and he will probably go on a set of soft tires. And Masi now gets a penalty. Sandro has not got a penalty, so Masi must finish 3 seconds ahead of Sandro here to finish ahead of him. I've got yellow flags here. Wout dropping down. Wout has crashed with the Mercedes here. Mercedes in the wall.
Severe collision, 5-second penalty.
Penalty for Wout. Apparently collision with tall cogwheel here. So I don't know what happened here.
He's got damage.
Wout having no damage. But I don't know what happened here. Yeah, Wout really struggling here. I don't know what happened here.
They're both going to have to come into the pits this lap, I think.
This ruins Wout's race here. Must have overloaded his tires and spun into the Mercedes here.
Oh, and Wesley almost decided to dive bomb Evio, but just thought better of it there.
Since when is Masi so good in this game? Yeah, his pace is really good. As Wesley still trying to pass Evio here. Trying to go around the outside. Leaves him room. Around the outside goes Wesley here. Great move there from the Renault. Yeah, well done to Wesley.
Good move.
Wesley passed Evio around the outside here, so brilliant move there from the Renault. Up to 3rd place. He of course he saw his teammate spin into the wall, or I don't know what happened to him, but he's taking the podium position here, Wesley. Ascau is now up to 6th place, trying to catch up Severe. Talkop will coming into the pits with of course front wing damage.
But Wout hasn't come in.
King Domi going very slow. Yeah, Wout was Wout going very slow. King Domi going slow here, so I don't know what's going on. Wout staying out here. He has got no damage though, so no reason to pit yet. But his tires will have dropped off quite a bit. Probably blister a lot here. So.
Oh, and Sandro's had a bad run onto the straight, and he could be in trouble here.
Masi is still in the slipstream here. Just can't get past him. Same in Baku here. Masi just can't overtake drivers here. I think must have. Oh, as we see, Eva now getting past Wesley again. Of course, Wesley looks to be quicker here, but of course the slipstream working very well here. They go side by side.
They touch.
Slight contact there. And of course, Eva was the inside now, defending the inside, so well done. Slight contact again. But this will get Wesley another chance. Will he go around the outside again? He will.
He's trying it.
Eva getting a penalty here. Oh, he's done it again. Again around the outside here.
He ran him a bit wide there. He was.
Wesley again around the outside here. Look how close Maciej is, but he's just not quick enough down the straight here. Good exit here for Maciej. This is the chance for him to overtake him and take the lead.
This could be it. Sandro goes defensive.
Sandro going defensive
Force
here.
him wide.
And will go around the outside of turn 1. Will he do it? He goes wide here. And he takes the lead.
He does
well
it.
done here. Yep, Sandro slotting him behind. He went off track though. Sector 3 have got yellow flags. Yeah, of course, it's Wout spinning again.
Yeah.
So his race really took a huge U-turn here. As Maciej is really starting to pull away now. 1.1 seconds here, so the pace of Maciej looks very strong. Wout getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so his race turned into an absolute disaster here. Sandro is now down to second here, but of course it's still very good for him. He's got a massive lead above Maciej for the championship, so it's not really that crucial for Sandro as long as he finishes second.
Evior runs into Wesley.
Evior running into Wesley here, apparently.
And he's in the Wesley's in the grass
spinning
and
down to 6th place now. This will promote Severe now to podium place here.
I think Evior there just got a bit too late on the brakes, touched Wesley and he spun.
Severe also in championship battle here, so it's crucial for him to catch up to Sandro here, but doesn't look like he has the pace on it. And he hits him as well. If you're hitting Severe as well here, so if you're not being careful on track, this will promote Kyle up to 4th here. So not a good bunch of corners here for Evior. Also Wesley now down to 6th place, just ahead of Gringo and Freakis.
Oh, and Sandro pits.
Sandro going for the undercut here on Maciej. As Maciej is bolting on him, he's just put in like a 1.7 second gap here.
And Sandro is putting on the hards to go to the end.
Sandro going for a different strategy here, going for the one stop. So Evior speeding in the pit lane. Will you get held up in the pits maybe? Since his mechanics just served Sandro here. And he will get held up. His mechanics aren't ready yet. His mechanics aren't ready yet.
His wing. And they're changing his wing.
Yeah, changing wing as well. So I'm losing massive amount of time here for Evior. So it's been a horrible lap, making contact with Wesley here and making a wind change there. Plus getting a speeding penalty as well here, so...
And that drops him outside of the points now, Evior. All the way down to 13th.
Sandro has rejoined in 4th place here. So that says something about how big the gap actually was compared to the first two and the rest of the field.
A good battle here between Kyle and Severe.
Kyle definitely looks to be very fast here. Trying to get past
Severe. He should have the DRS. And he does. He enables DRS.
Gringo is now behind the Renault here. Yeah, Kyle going up to 2nd place here. Severe trying to defend it, locking up here.
Oh.
Kyle trying to go for the switchback here.
But Severe will have the inside line.
Kyle going around the outside, great move there.
Good move.
Will Severe now go for the inside maybe? The inside line, no, he thinks better of it. All this time they're battling, they're losing time to Sandro here, who's literally just right behind him. Maciej reacting to the undercut of Sandro here. Will he go to the end as well, or will he maybe make a 2-stop here? We saw in tier 1 that the 1-stop definitely was the better strategy here.
He's going 1-stop, straight onto the hards.
Straight into the hard tire, so he's also going for the 1-stop. Gringo getting a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Severe coming into the pits.
It's going to be close here between
Wesley coming into the pits. Gringo coming into the pits. Freak is staying out.
Sandro takes the lead.
Oh, Sandro just going around the outside. The undercut worked on him. So the 2-second gap that Maciej had has completely gone away now. And Maciej has got to overtake him again. But the advantage for Maciej might be is that Kyle is ahead of him on worn tires. So Maciej must overtake him very soon if he wants to do it. If he wants to win the race. We know he's got the pace here. Maciej does have a penalty, eh? Yeah, we know. Maciej having a couple of penalties here. So he's got to build a gap here. Severe getting a penalty. We didn't know who made the fast lap here.
Oh!
As now Sandro getting past Kyle here. Kyle of course on worn tires. I don't know what happened with Mathieu, but he's dropped a little bit of time.
He had a big moment coming out of that corner. Almost spun, but held it together. But did lose a couple of
Whiz
times.
bang on the medium tires, up to 4th place here. So he's definitely looking good here, whiz bang in the Mercedes. And now Sandro will pull away from Kyle now, who was on worn tires. So Mathieu's got to get past Kyle as quickly as possible here. Then again, Mathieu does have 1 lap fresher tires here. And Kyle's staying out again. So he's looking to go on a set of medium tires maybe. But he's definitely losing a lot of time here, Kyle. So, interesting strategy here as Mathieu now getting past Kyle here. But look how much the gap between Kyle and Sandro was. Like 2 seconds, so that's how much time Mathieu lost. As Freak's now going into the pits.
Very successful few laps there from Sandro, and it's now his race to lose.
Definitely, as Kyle and Leon getting penalties here. Leon up to 8th place in the racing points, so both racing points into the points. As Wout is now down in last place, just getting past Konizer here, I think. King Coco is now also down in 15th. Both are of course in a championship battle here, so not great here to be both outside the points. As Mathieu is now starting to catch up a bit to Sandro here. Of course he's outside DRS window here. And look how much time Kyle is losing to Mathieu here. Losing a lot of time. Lost at least 2 seconds here in just a couple of corners. So he must pit at least this lap. Or he might even get a puncture here. So has to be careful. Ivor getting past Wesley here. Ivor's going on instead of medium tires, interestingly. Also Wesley.
That's got to be a 2-stop.
So must be a 2-stop for both drivers.
Interestingly, Whizbang almost has a big enough margin to pit and still stay out in P4.
Very decent gap there for the Mercedes driver. Tal Cockwheel, interestingly, has gone instead of soft tires again. As Kyle now goes into the pits as we predicted. In the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, we'll have to see here if he goes 1 stop or 2.
Wesley is still staying out here. Sandro's starting to build a gap now to Mathieu. As Wesley gets another penalty here.
And Kyle puts on the mediums.
Wesley in 9th place. Leon running a bit wide there. Kyle is getting passed by many drivers. He won't get passed by Leon though, so he's gonna rejoin ahead of this group without getting another penalty in 16th place here. Really unfortunate for him. Kyle back in 7th place ahead of Leon, Wesley and Evio, who are of course in the battle for 8th place here. Oh, Evio making a slight mistake there. Leon is in the 8th place, so can he catch up to Kyle maybe? Kyle on the fresh tires. He said he did post on a tire. What am I saying right now? He did put on a set of medium tires, that's it. He's just catching up to Tal Cockwheel here, who's behind Severe now. In 5th place, Severe trying to go to the end here. King Tommy is up to 4th place after that lap 1 collision. On the medium tires, so definitely looking for 1 more stop here. As Mathieu trying his best to catch up to Sandro, but it's not working out here for the racing point.
They've got very similar pace, these front two here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very tight here. As Evio cutting a bit of the corner again, has to be careful of warnings here. So Leon getting another penalty here. So if he gets too many penalties, he probably drop out the points here. So he has to be careful again as well. Can you overtake Wesley again? Wesley just overtook him at the end of that lap. As Carl now catches up to the train of Severe. A small train, but definitely still a train. As Team Coco now goes into the pits from He was on a set of soft tires, probably going on a set of mediums to go to the end of the race. It's definitely been a poor race here for the Ferrari driver of Kilinko Coco. We're joining in last place here. About to go on a set of soft tires here, trying to catch up to the field. Trying to overtake Freakis here, who's also in 14th. Because Wesley is still in 8th place. Definitely being chased by Leon here.
We've got Kyle here really trying to get past Severe on his fresher tyres.
Yeah, it was definitely good
And the
strategy
softer
by
tyres as well.
from Kyle. Yeah, for sure. Definitely close. He close to hit him. Nearly hit him.
That was very close there.
Very, very, very close indeed. And we've still got half of the race to go still. We're still on lap... we're going to lap 14 soon. Or lap 13, it's still, sorry. So,
Let's see if Kyle goes for the overtake here with DRS up the hill. Another penalty for Leon. Kyle goes for it into turn 1. But Severe holds the place.
Kyle has to get past quickly here as King Dummy ahead is a couple of seconds ahead only. So, Wishbang on the
Oh, but he's
medium
run
tire.
wide.
So.
He ran wide there, Kyle. Had to cut the corner.
It's definitely close between all the drivers, so... So Wishbang still in the medium tires here, so still in 3rd place, still has to make a pit stop, looking to go to the end of the, or trying to put on a set of soft tires, I think for the end of the race. As we saw Massey getting another penalty here.
Kyle takes P5 but he runs wide and Severe gets the switch back and holds it again.
So brilliant driving there from Severe, knowing Kyle was coming and just doing this easy switch back here. As Kyle gets a penalty now. This will allow maybe Wesley to get closer here, who's only 2.8 seconds behind here. King Tommy getting another penalty here,
yeah.
who's also catching up to Wishbang here. In 3rd place, so drivers getting close to each other. As the top 2 are literally running away with it. They're like 17 seconds ahead of all the drivers here.
And
So
Kyle goes
past Severe here,
now.
for sure. I think so, yeah.
Yep, finally makes it work.
Konissa getting a penalty in 15th place, so unlucky for him.
But Severe, very strong defence there with the hard tyres for 3 laps, which is quite impressive.
Has to follow Kyle here, because his tyres will of course fade near the end of the race.
Yeah,
No,
he'll have to hope.
Yeah, not sure if he's gonna make to the end of the Grand Prix here, but he definitely looks really fast. So we got Severe now catching up to Kyle as well. Oh sorry, that of course was they were of course close to each other. Wesley getting a penalty. Another 3-second penalty. He's definitely closing.
Oh, yellow flag, sector 2. And it's the Red Bull. I think OG Gringo spun.
Unlucky for him, in last place now. He was in the points, of course, but looking to have a big struggle of it. With of course front wing damage, or must have hit the wall somewhere. As now Shandru has improved his advantage to 3.3 seconds here from Maciej. And Shandru has no penalties here, Shandru. So he's definitely looking good here, Shandru. The championship leader. And now King Dummy is close up to Whizbang here. King Dummy having a better pace than over Whizbang here. Freak is getting a penalty as King Dummy goes down the inside and getting up to the podium places here. In the front is Gringo has retired in sector 3. Will this cause safety car maybe? For the drivers, this will definitely spice the race up even more, so we don't know yet. For the moment, it's just yellow flags.
I think he retired into the pit lane, so I don't think.
Yeah, good decision there. So, yeah, well done to the Red Bull driver just retiring into the pits. This will mean this race will go on under racing speed here, so drivers can continue here and no safety car. Severe still in 6th place, having lost the DRS from Kyle here. As Tal Cogwheel now goes into the pits here for his final stop, going instead of medium tires on the Mercedes. Also now King Dummy really has good pace here, already 3 seconds ahead of Whizbang here, so Whizbang really struggling here.
Yeah, I think Whizbang's tyres have started to go off because they are older than King Dommy's.
Yeah, really drop off the pace here.
I think maybe it will only be 1 or 2 laps now until we see these guys come into the softs.
Yeah, exactly, but how long will the softs last? I think Kyle definitely lasted the soft tires for a very long time here. 12 laps, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely stretched it for quite a while. He's definitely catching up to the top 3 battle. So a podium is on the cast here for Kyle. So really, he's doing really well here. As Wesley now closing up to Seve here. So the hard tires are definitely not working out so far. Or right now. In this period of the race. The medium tires definitely looking good here. Well, they lost.
He's got past Wesley and they touch.
Wesley's gone on the inside, making a bit of contact while Wesley's passed again. Back up to 6th place here, the Renault. The only Renault so far in the points, as Wout scrolls down in 13th. They were getting a lovely camera shot here of the Renault and the Torosso. Yes, goes wide, Wesley, and now allows Severe back up to 6th here. What can Wesley do here? This will allow Evio back into the battle between Wesley here and Severe.
You just can't separate these two. Evio and Wesley, they just keep finding each other.
Yeah, exactly. They just keep finding each other on track here. As the second Renault now pits of Wout. Now down in 14th. King Dummy is really starting to pull away from Whizbang here. As Kyle's closing up to him. To Whizbang. Having DRS, so Kyle doing a great race here. Yeah. Yeah, the leaders are definitely so far ahead from each other. Sector
Wesley
2, because Sector 1, Sector
takes
2.
P6.
I think we've a spin somewhere, but we haven't noticed yet. I think it's Conisser here. He's definitely made a mistake here. Was losing like 10 seconds to Klinker Coco here. So it must be Conisser having made contact with Klinker Coco here. But because they were close to each other.
Severe back past Wesley now.
Wesley is going around the outside here. Can he go hold on now?
I think there.
Yes, which one coming into the pits now?
Wesley had a bit of a moment there, and Severe had to go off the track to avoid running into the back of him.
Now, if he wants to get past Severe here, as quick as possible, if he wants to get after Wesley here. Also now look at the drivers who's gained the most positions here. King Dummy still in 3rd place. Right now, having had the spin in lap 1, his pace looks pretty good. Canessa getting another penalty here. His car goes everywhere, so he's lagging quite a bit. Cal having moved up 6 positions. Alex having gained 8 positions from back of the grid. Talking about Alex getting a 3-second penalty here, so we definitely didn't jinx it there. Evio now behind CV here, who's got... We lost the DRS to Wesley here, so not great here. Looking at the delta of CV here, apparently he's still in split as now Sandro gets his first penalty of the race. But of course Massey has got more penalties than him, so he's still fine for the moment. As Massey had a big moment there in the second last corner. As King Domi leaves the session in P3. He must have disconnected.
He was about to pit, I think.
He was lagging quite a bit, so... oh god. Apparently there's rain coming in 10 minutes. We don't know yet. There's definitely some clouds here, so... With about 9 laps to go, there could be rain on the cast here. There's definitely some cloud here, so we have to be wary of that. Apparently there's rain incoming. Which driver will have the perfect strategy for that? Yeah, there's definitely... The sun is definitely going away here, so... Expect some rain here as King Domi now rejoins the session. Will he take over his car? Now, as Cal is really starting to catch up to him. So all the time he just gained, he is losing now. As Massey and Sandro are in a league of their own at the front. Evio getting a penalty behind Wesley here. Who's definitely now quicker than Wesley here. It's Evio. Yeah, there's definitely a big cloud coming into the... over the track here. Has King Domi taken over his car?
He still hasn't. And Kyle is getting closer and closer.
Let me check the tier 2 maybe if he's complaining about it. Let me help him if he maybe can rejoin. He's definitely not happy about the disconnect here. The podium was anyway going towards Kyle here, since he had to make another pit stop here. So, as King Domi is now overtaking his car again. He's lagging quite a bit here, so...
And Kyle is right behind him now.
Yeah, King Domi's got so much lag here, so... Kyle really taking it carefully. Yeah, King Domi has to make a pit stop here, because his car is going everywhere. And Kyle just taking it carefully. Yeah, he doesn't know where to go. He's losing so much time here. Yeah, Kyle or King Domi going into the pits here. Don't know what's going on with his car. He's lagging so much.
Very glitchy there.
Yep, if you're getting another penalty here, so that will definitely lose him a lot of race time.
He's right behind Wesley though. Looking around the outside in turn 1, but he backs out of it.
Oh, King Doom had to make a wing change here. So will he rejoin as Castell also make a pit stop here? Going on a set of soft tires for the last 8 laps. 8-9 laps. As now the sun is going out again, so about the rain with being 10 minutes away, it doesn't look like it.
And Avil is right behind Wesley now. Good battle here for
As
P4.
Kingdom leaves again, so it's outside the points and probably won't get inside the points again. So unfortunately, switch to the battle for P5. We have now with Wesley, Severe and Eviol all battling for that 4th place actually, right now.
And I think Severe will be happy where he is right
Freak
now.
is getting a penalty in 12th place. Sector 2 we've got yellow flags. I think it's Leon. Leon spun. He's not moving in sector 2, so out the straight he spun again. Dropping outside the points here. Klinker Coker getting another penalty. Sorry for dropping out the battle for P4 here, but Wesley nearly losing the car here.
Yes, I think Severe will be very happy in this situation right now.
Yeah, let them
just
battle.
Sat in the DRS.
Yeah, exactly.
And their tyres will start going off.
Oh, Beef had a massive moment there. Great save there.
Yes, but this is not helping their tyres, and it is helping Severe.
And maybe Carl as well. Of course, he was ahead, but I don't know who's quicker than these 4 drivers.
Whizbang as well on the fresh softs. Could challenge these guys if he gets past Alex quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So as we're now gonna look at the fast lap here. The fast lap is posted by Wout here, but of course he's outside the top 10. So the next fast lap will go to, it looks like Wisbang here, with a 37.2. Leon's retired now. Leon having retired in the pit, so again there will be no safety car here. Kunitsa getting a penalty here. So now seeing the clouds coming over the circuit here, so that rain will happen here, I think, near the end of the race. How quickly will the rain come here over the circuit of the Americas? I don't know, yeah. We will see, but it definitely will be interesting here. Will the rain come quick enough? So the extra point now goes to Wisbang, of course. Interval, yep, that's it. Evio's still behind Wesley here, but just can't get past here. More clouds coming in. Wisbang on the soft tires, catching up to Alex, who also was on 2 harder set of tires. Evio still can't get past the Renault here, and Kyle's pulling away from this battle here, so Kyle looks pretty good for podium place here.
And Severe's dropped out of DRS range now of these two.
Yeah, but
which isn't what he wants.
Yeah, exactly. But with Wesley and Evio having many penalties here, so it will probably be Severe in 4th place at the end of this race, if he doesn't get a lot of penalties, of course.
Yes, and Severe.
Look how close
really
everyone is. Evio is great in the corners, but down the straight doesn't look that quick.
Yeah.
Alex getting a penalty here, having Wisbang behind him, so has to be careful.
Nevere looks closer here. He looks like he could have a run into the next corner.
Coco getting another penalty outside the points. If you're trying to go around the outside, does he hit him again? No, he doesn't this time. He just can't get past him. He's so close to him.
For some reason down the straight, he didn't tuck into the slipstream. He just hugged the right side of the track. So maybe something he needs to switch up if he wants to get this move done.
Definitely. He's so close to him, so he's got to make it a move done. Marseille getting another penalty here. But of course, he's 30 seconds ahead of the next car, which is Kyle. So Sandro and Marseille definitely in a league of their own here at the front. So now go back to
Severe now.
Look how close they both are. Will Evil go down the inside, and he makes it work. Great move there. Yeah, hacking the inside.
Apex, very good move.
Wesley tried to go around the outside there. Has already got that once done this race, and goes around the outside again. He's done it again. Wesley going around the outside for the 3rd time this race. So well done to Wesley here for keeping hold of his position here. Definitely doesn't give up here. So well done to the Renault.
And Wisbang now within 1 second of Alex on his fresh tyres.
He's gonna quickly cut away to the battle for Freak is getting a penalty. He's of course outside the points, but behind Severe here. Or sorry, King Tommy. So looking now back to the battle for 4th place, sorry. Evio in the slipstream. Not yet. Wisbang in the DRS of Alex here. Can't get it done now. As look how close they are to each other. If the driver who gets fast lap is outside the top 10, no one takes fast lap points. Oh, okay. I thought it was the next driver who gets it. What about just for the information? Also, Evil runs very wide here, but still very close to Wesley here.
He did lose a few tenths through there, and I don't think he's going to be able to challenge up this hill.
No, it's dropped a bunch of 10. He lost a little bit of time there, so Severe still in the DRS. Severe doing very well on those harder tires. I think the medium tires will start to go off now for Wesley and Evil, so it's definitely playing.
Wisbang makes a move for 7th. And gets the job done. But Alex No, nope, he gets P7 whiz bang.
Now, Sevilla is very close to Evio here. As now, Wesley's running away with it a little bit, as Alex gets another penalty here. Yeah, definitely, it's Sevilla now in the DRS Evio here, so Evio definitely seems to be struggling on this lap, it seems. As now, definitely the clouding has definitely gone over the circuit here. Will there be rain at the end? There's still 4 laps to go. 25, 26, 27, 28. So you'll never know. You'll never know. So Alex still in the DRS of Wisbang here, but Wisbang trying to close up to the group ahead of him of Wesley, Evio and Severe here.
And Sandro has just lapped Connoisseur.
Conissa was of course the last driver at the moment in this grid since Leon and Gringo have retired. Sandro getting another penalty here. And they're now both on 6 seconds here. So if Massey pushes harder and Sandro gets another penalty, it will be Massey's to win. Talking about it, Massey gets a penalty. So I think Sandro will have it in the back here.
He's actually on 4, Massey.
Massey having 4 penalties here, so quite a lot of cutting there. Wout getting another penalty here. Who's in 14th.
Ooh, and Wesley's
Evio now
side by
passed
side
him.
and he's through.
Evio having passed Wesley here. Quite unexpected here, but Evio, can he pull away from Wesley now? Haven't cleared him. Wesley getting a penalty here, so it's definitely Evio's to win here. Or to gain his 4th place. So it's well done to Evio here for getting the move done. For making it stick. Sector 1, Sector 2, yellow flags. Let me check. Oh, it's a crash between King Dummy and Gazelle. King Dummy having retired on track. It's Gazelle going backwards here. Will this cause a safety car or VSC maybe? There's that brings the total up now to 3 retirements for this race. Will this cause a safety car maybe? Or a virtual safety car? Yeah, Gazelle definitely struggling with front wing damage now. Wout now up to 11th. Gazelle leaving the session here, so his race is done now.
And the yellow flag's gone, so no safety car.
No safety car. Wout being very close to points paying position here, but
and Wesley runs wide, and Severe's got a chance here, I think.
Yeah, Severe definitely close.
And Wesley's out of DRS now, which is very good for Evio.
Evio definitely quicker than Wesley here. So well done actually to Wesley for defending for that long. Cockwheel getting another penalty. Haven't noticed him about a lot of the last lap here, so but it's being really unnoticeable this race. But he's still in the points, so well done to him. But he of course got a 3-second penalty. The gap between Sandro and Maser, interestingly, has really come down here the last couple of laps. Sandro struggling for pace here, so Maser getting closer to him again.
And Severe.
Oh, they hit him.
Touches Wesley.
Oh, Severe spun Wesley around here. So Severe having spun around Wesley here. Wesley now falling back to the clutch of Whizbang here. As the clouds have really started to take over here. Is there a bunch of raindrops falling now? Not yet for the moment. Of course, 2 laps to go, so I think the rain will come a little bit too late here for the drivers. Well, lap 27 just started, so if it really starts pouring down this lap, then it will get really tricky for the drivers here. As Evil is starting to catch calm now. And Severe, of course, having overtaken Wesley, is now in the slipstream. Or Swissbang in the slipstream of Wesley here for 6th place. Tal Cockwheel in the slipstream of Alex for 8th place. King Coco getting another penalty in 12th place here. As now the gap between Sandro and Masi has gone down to 1.7 seconds here. So Masi found some pace over Sandro here.
Yeah, but he's still got to make up a lot of time if he wants to get that position from him.
Yeah, so it probably won't happen with only one lap to go after this one. So championship leader Wesley, Sandro is looking good again for the full 25 points here. Wisbank running a bit wide here. He still has one lap to go after this to overtake Wesley here. Wesley has got definitely a lot of penalties here, more than Wisbank it seems. So Wisbank will probably get 6th place here. And if he's very close to Evio, he will probably get 5th. Plus maybe Seville could get a penalty here. For of course spinning Wesley around here. Wesley having been spun around twice.
Have to wait to see how the stewards look at those incidents.
Sector 1, Sector 2 have got yellow flags. Don't know for which drivers. Yeah, not Alex getting a penalty here, so if he keeps going, he might drop out of the top 10 here. Oh, definitely not, because Wouter's got a lot of penalties as well here, so okay, if you know. Well, now Sandro is pretty much completing his final couple of corners now. Coming to another dominant performance here. Marseille definitely did put him under pressure here, but the undercut of Sandro worked out perfectly, and since then he just run away with the race. He's definitely the surfing championship leader here, Sandro. Coming to the quick right-hander here. Another great performance from Sandro here. Always gets another penalty for it, but he's not happy with it. He will win the race anyway, so it's fine. Sandro coming to the final corner now to win the American Grand Prix here. Ahead of Massier in 2nd place here. Sandro still had one less penalty here. Sandro extending his championship lead here in the McLaren to be the favorite for the tier 1 seat. As Tal Coquilles get past Alex here on the final lap. Cal, they're still battling. Tal Coquilles and Alex, but I think Tal Coquilles has it. It will be close. It will be Tal Coquilles.
He gets it done. Yep.
He gets it done. Cal getting 3rd place here for Alfa Romeo, so well done to him. Great race
Wout
there.
Is right behind Frequist for the last point, and
Evio has a 5-second unserved penalty. Freaks up to 4th here. Will Wesley get him? Wesley is only to the final sector now, so there's a massive gap between those drivers. Wesley doesn't get him. Wisbank up to 5th here.
Wisbank gets them both.
Wisbank gets them both. And Freakis, what about him? Wout being very close to him. But no points I think here for Wout. He does get him.
No, he does.
Because Freaks had too many penalties here, so Wout gets 1 extra point here. But of course there's still a lot of controversy here. With Sevilla and Evio having spun around Wesley twice. So Wesley's race, he still can move up a lot of positions here. Also you have Sandro winning the race, of course. Our championship leader for tier 2. So well done to him for I think his 2nd or 3rd win in Osrl tier 2. Congratulations to him and the McLaren team. With only a couple of races to go still, it's definitely looking Sandro to be the one here for the tier 1 seat. Now he gets fast lap, he finished 10th. Yeah, Wout having the fast lap here actually, getting 10th place, so he does get the extra point here. Good show there from R22 franchise. Sandro winning the race from Massier, Cal, Sevilla, Wisbank, Evio, Wesley, Tal Coquilles, Alex and Wout rounding out the top 10. So Wout getting 2 points here, so might slight chance here for the constructor or for the driver championship here, but definitely a messy race for him. So
very, very strong races for Kyle, Sevilla and Wisbank, all gaining
More
Well,
than
Carl gained 7 places, Severe 8, and Whizbang 9 places.
definitely. So definitely strong drivers for those. So yeah, that was the American Grand Prix for Tier 2 Osrl Season 2. We'll be back, of course, on Monday with another Tier 2 race. I don't know which round or track it will be. Can anyone let me know in the chat right now if anyone knows? So so yeah, I don't know when what the next track will be for Tier 2, but it definitely was another exciting race here. Dit was my commentary for today. Cheers for Suman for joining me today.
No problem, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries, and we'll see you guys for the next one on Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye.